Hello, everybody, and congratulations on making it to the last day of the first week of virtual teaching or virtual learning. I'm teaching virtually, you're learning virtually. Day 5. Today we're going to start looking into what we're going to be doing for the rest of the semester, close to the majority of the next, probably the rest of the quarter at least, will be focused on this. So as I've mentioned at the very beginning, we're going to write a wide variety of essays. We're actually going to be looking at a wide variety of purposes that essays can often fit the purposes for. So we're going to try our hands at a wide variety of these different types of purposes. Today, I'm just going to introduce you to what these purposes are, and then we're going to do an activity, or you're going to do an activity, and because I can't do it because the YouTube will take down the activity I wanted to do with you, but you're going to do a activity in which you will practice and see if you can wrap your head around what these purposes are supposed to be. So I first need to introduce you what the purposes are. So we're going to do that, and then I'll kind of explain what I want you to do at the very end of this, your classwork or your homework. We'd be doing this as classwork if we were actually in class today, if you were actually in face-to-face class, but since we're not face-to-face class, we're going to have to do this homework style, but it's not horrible. It doesn't take too long. It will take you about as long as you took yesterday. Okay, or yesterday on the John McWhorter videos. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. We'll share desktop, and we'll hop over here. And these are the purposes. So Kelly Gallagher, if you see up here in my little box, this man right here, Kelly Gallagher, this dude, he came up with 6 purposes that fit most of the reasons why people would write. And they are as follows. You have express and reflect. That is where you, the writer, express or reflect on your own life experiences, and you often look backward in order to look forward. So you're going to talk about something that's happened to you, or the author of the piece that you're reading is going to talk about something that's happened to them and show how that has impacted on their lives going forward. You have inform and explain. You, the writer or the author of the piece that you're reading, states a main point and purpose that they're trying to talk about. And they try to present the information in a surprising way, in a way that grabs the people's attention. So you are informing them about something and then explaining it. Then evaluate and judge. This is probably one of the more important ones that you do. This is one that we have probably worked the hardest on in English in years past. You, the writer or the author of the piece that you're reading, focuses on the worth of a person, object, idea, or other phenomena. So you're saying what is this worth? What's the value of this? This usually specifies usually the writer will specify the criteria to the object being seen as good or bad. So think of this as something along the lines of just like a review. If you review a restaurant or a movie, you're going to say, this is good, this is bad, this is high quality, this is low quality, and you're going to have reasons why you think that way. Inquire and explore. A lot of the best essays out there are inquire and explore. This is where you, the writer or the author of the piece that you're reading, wrestles with a question. You have a question or you have a problem you're trying to figure out, and so you hook the reader with the problem, and you let the reader watch you wrestle and try to figure out the problem. This is where you get this thing called a delayed thesis coming in, because I've taught you in the past, thesis has to show up near the beginning. There's also this thing called implied thesis, which we're hoping that you're getting into at this particular level. We might play with some implied thesis later on, but you state the problem at the beginning, and your thesis statement doesn't appear until the very end, whenever you finally figure out the solution to the problem. So here's the problem. How should I go about fixing it? This is the question. I'm exploring kind of the question. The question begets more questions, and eventually you find the answer that satisfies you and satisfies the reader. You have analyze and interpret. The writer seeks to analyze and interpret a phenomenon that is difficult to understand or explain. This is what I do. I analyze things and I try to interpret them. I analyze this and I analyze other things, and now I'm interpreting them and trying to put them into terms that you students would understand. And then one of the most popular ones, and the one that you probably help, like the most effective one. All these have real world purposes. These are real world purposes. All these have real world scenarios attached to them. Take a stand, propose a solution is probably the strongest, the one that will get you the furthest. The writer seeks to persuade the audience to accept a particular position on a controversial issue. You would describe the problem, propose a solution, and provide justification of why your solution is the best solution. You don't just say, here's the problem, here's the solution. You have to have backing. You have to have something that backs that up and supports your particular claim. So that is the 6 Purposes by Kelly Gallagher. And now it's time for your assignment. I'm going to, on this, beneath this video, not on YouTube, but on Classroom, there are 2 videos I want you to watch. They're both about pennies. One's by John Green of Logs Brothers Video, and the other's by this dude named CPG Gray, or CGP Gray. Both are about pennies. Both of them have the same topic. However, they have 2 different purposes. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell me what is the purpose for each video, and then explain why that is that video's purpose. So you'll say the John Green video, or the title of the John Green video, their purpose is X. And then you'll tell me the evidence you have that supports that being X's, that being the X purpose. And then you would say the CPG Gray video, or the title of that video, and you would explain, you pick the purpose of that one, and then point to evidence that supports that being the purpose. So that's all you have to do. You're going to watch the 2 videos, tell me what each video's purpose is, and then give me evidence that supports that being the purpose. And that's it for today. Next week, we'll actually start digging in and trying our hands at these purposes, these styles of writing ourselves. I hope you have a good weekend. Until next time, peace out.